Mike just gave us the scoop on the pitfalls of being young and famous in Hollywood. It's a wonder that parents even let their kids near show business, but they do, by the thousands, seeking their big break. Watch.
I want to be either a singer, an actress, or a model.
For aspiring child actors and their parents, breaking into showbiz can be baffling. Headshots, auditions, and agents are often all new territory. If lucky, kids end up in an office like this, the headquarters of JMM Talent, one of the largest child management companies in New York.
You can figure out which one of these you want.
President Jeff Mitchell and his staff discover and represent some of the best budding actors in the industry, including Robert Eiler, AJ on The Sopranos. Jeff believes his agency's method of discovery varies slightly from most other companies.
Some require pictures, and they look at the pictures and they decide whether they want to have people come in based on pictures, but we do something different.
JMM holds open auditions where children line up and sign in and then wait for a chance for their shot at stardom. When it comes time for the audition, parents are ushered into a waiting room.
And we put them in a line of about 10 kids, and then each child gets to say his name and how old he or she is.
4.5.
Each child is given a short commercial script they recite for the JMM staff.
I'm good. I got my glasses and vision center. They gave me these great glasses. And see, the frames are really cool. If anything goes wrong or breaks, vision center will replace the glasses for free.
The staff watches their personality and how outgoing they are, and if they have a good look, and it's just a whole chemistry thing.
Talented youngsters receive a callback or a second audition, and if the agent sees something special, they sign them to the JMM roster.
I did a good job.
But out of the 175 kids seen on this day, in less than 2 hours, only 10 are called back.
These are our callbacks. These are the potentials. Those are the no's. And these are the big no's.
Oh, man. There are a lot of parents out watching this show right now, I'm sure, who are going to be very, very interested in this segment. Joining us right now is the president of JMM Talent, the oldest talent agency in New York. It's Jeff Mitchell. And also next to him is 14-year-old Dylan Snyder. He's a successful child actor. He's appeared in commercials. You've appeared in soap operas, TV series. So you're doing well.
I'm trying.
We're going to talk to Jeff first, though. What are the odds? What are the odds of their parents out there having their kids and they're going, see, honey, watch this guy. We got to hook up with Jeff.
Ooh, the odds are pretty much against most of the kids who want to get into the business, most of the parents who want to do it. You know, I would say we have an open call. Let's say we see 200 to 300 kids.
Okay.
We might, out of like 10 callbacks, maybe if we're lucky, we get one that we might work with. Out of, let's say, 5,000 kids that we might actually see, out of that group, we might end up with, let's say, one really, really successful career. And I would say the odds of like a Dakota Fanning or an Abigail Breslin would have to be in the 1 out of 20,000 kids that a talent agency might come into contact with.
Then.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's minute.
So let's don't waste people's time then. They have their kids sitting right there. We're going to take them into the talent agency. Which kids make it and why?
Well, the ones that have spark, personality, charisma, the ability to interact with adults at a level that's just, slightly just more intuitive, more connected. And of course, you want kids that have the ability to interpret script and understand what it is to be an actor.
What about precociousness?
I hate that word.
I hate that word too, and I'm not a big fan of the actual characteristic. But is that a necessity for a child actor?
Well, notice I didn't say precocious because I just said, you know what? I'd rather say charming. If that kid charms the pants off of not only their parents, but also other adults who meet that kid, that kid is unbelievable.
Where's that line then between precocious and
the good ship lollipop and cute and this, all that kind of stuff? That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for kids that walk in the room and they just charm us. You just know it when you see it. It's just magic. And if you're a parent and you have one of those kids, you know because everybody's telling you, my God, your kids are amazing.
But Jeff, you worked with Robert Eiler, AJ from The Sopranos when he was really young. But you discovered him walking down the street, one of those deals?
How does that happen?
It's a weird thing.
And what did you
really
see?
Weird. I was walking down the street in New York. He grew up in New York, and I just saw this little boy. He must have been about 10, 9 or 10, and he was just chattering away with his dad. You know, just that, the way he was interacting with his father, I just saw energy, and I saw this bold, real kid, a real kid, and with a lot of personality. And I walked over to his dad, and I gave him my card. But, you know, statistically, who knows what's going to happen with that? That could happen often. We never know what's going to happen.
Is he a real kid, Dylan?
Dylan's
you seem real to us. You're making 6 figures now at 14?
You know, I'm getting around there.
Hello.
You know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying, but, you know, it's just, the atmosphere is great. So it doesn't necessarily matter how much you're making. It's just that, you know, you're out there doing stuff. So.
How did it happen for you?
Well, I started off, I did a play in school, and, you know, I really liked it. I told my mom, hey, you know, this would be cool as a career. And she got headshots, we sent them out, and I started, you know, auditioning for agents and management companies, and obviously, you know, I found the right one, right?
But, you know, Dylan, we have a lot of people watching at home, like Juliet said. We also have some wannabe child stars, and they're doing a really good job here in the audience as well. So give them some advice right now, not only the ones here in the audience, but the people at home, too, the kids.
Well, first off,
go talk to them, too.
You gotta, when you go in there, you can't be going to, you know, impress anybody necessarily. You want to do your work. You want to actually try and, you know, take, you know, your take on the script or the material that's given to you, and you want to go out there and do it your way. And you're not trying to, you know, look the best or stand out the most. I mean, that helps, but you just want to do what you feel is right.
What about things that parents should watch out for when they're trying? I mean, this is opening up a whole can of worms. But these kids go out there, these parents, you know, I've been walking down the street and I've seen somebody walk up to a kid and say, hey, or walk up to, you know, a teenager and say, you're beautiful, you should be a model. You got to watch out for certain things. Give me some pitfalls.
Well, there's scams everywhere. For every one company like ours that's reputable, I would say there's got to be a couple of hundred out there all across the country, on the internet, newspaper articles that say, you know, positions wanted, you can be a model. You have to just watch out. You have to make sure that you're going with people that are reputable. And I always tell everybody, first and foremost, most important thing, anybody who's asking for money up front for any reason whatsoever that claims to be a talent rep is somebody you should stay far away from.
Okay, let's go to our folks in the audience here. Anybody have that situation? Pam, how about you? Have you been asked for money up front ever?
Yes, I have.
How much?
Well, we've put close to about $30,000 into Mary.
Oh, into Mary Jo here? $30,000.
Yes.
And how is it going?
Well, it's going better now.
Not well enough from stepdad over here.
I'll pay back.
You'll pay back, Mary
Yeah.
Jo?
She's got one in 20,000.
Wow,
But-
Jeff, come on. That's a lot of dough.
Well, you know what? A lot of people get scammed for a lot of money. This is big business. This is internet scams. This is photo scams. It's all across the country.
Camille here is here with Dominique, right? Good to see you. She's beautiful.
Thank you.
How much have you spent?
$1,800.
$1,800. So, but that's money up front that they wanted? Do you feel it was legitimate?
Professional headshots.
Okay, let's talk about headshots. They always say, you're going to need to take a bunch of headshots, and this is how much it's going to cost you. What about the headshot scam?
Well, the truth about it is that in order to get your kid into the business and to introduce them to reputable agents and managers, you don't need professional headshots. All you need is a good shot, home photo that shows what your kid looks like, and
So
that's how you introduce
don't have to
them
go out
agents.
and sit down and have them sit and do the little, you know, the glamour shots or anything like that. It's a snapshot.
Dad, Will, here with his lovely 9-year-old Kelsey, who's trying to get into the business.
Yes.
Photos.
Yeah, we were told originally $250, and then when we got the photos and had them developed, the people at the photo shop said these are terrible, terrible. And then the company wanted another $4,000 to advance your career.
$4,000.
You have to find a reputable agent.
Yes.
You can do that. There are different ways to do it. We're going to tell you how to do it on our website, mnjshow.com. If you live near a big city like New York, Los Angeles, Miami, Chicago, you're close to that city, go send your pictures to the big agents in that area, the reputable agents, and again, we'll give you a link. But if you're outside, you have to try to find a local reputable agency, and it works. It's a little bit harder to do it that way, isn't it?
Well, here's what you have to remember. If you're outside of one of the major entertainment cities, what you need to do is get your kid involved in local community theater, all the kind of things that cultivate talents in young kids. And then, if you decide that you really want to go for the big stuff in the big cities, you can submit videotape of your child doing a commercial and a scene. And you can submit that to a company like J. Mitchell Management or a company in Los Angeles, and we will actually look at it. But If you go that far and you want to do that, you got to remember one thing. There are no jobs available for people who live in Omaha, Nebraska. You have to at some point decide that if the agency wants to work with you, you got to come to New York either semi-permanently or perhaps for the summer.
Mom and Dad need to be ready to give it up.
Yep, that's what they got to do.
At least one of the parents. Okay, very, very interesting. Best of luck to you guys. And for more information on how to become a child star and to download Jeff's screen test, log on to our website at mnjshow.com. Thanks very much, Young. Appreciate it. Good luck to you. I don't think you need it. You're doing pretty well. We'll be back in like 90 seconds.